everyone, it's Frankie-Lou. I'm coming to you today from the very, very messy Grow Together homestead garden. I apologize for its and my own untidy appearance today. It's a heavy work day here for all of us. My chickens and my ducks are out running around helping me do some rototilling and clearing up between the beds. But I thought this would be a really good time also to talk to you about some of the mid-season maintenance that needs to go on with your winter sowing here on the prairies. I like to deem this part of the year sprinter, right? Because it feels like spring during the day, it's winter at night, okay? That presents some special challenges to those of us who are winter sowing here on the prairies. And hopefully I can make some of that clear here in this video as to how we deal with it. One of the things you want to do is you want to actually protect your winter sowing jugs from the warm temperatures right now, because things can get pretty hot inside those jugs on the days like today if they're out in the full sun the whole day long. So I'm going to show you moving some of that. I'm going to talk about relabelling. Yes, because relabelling is something that can be quite essential if you've been using Sharpies for years like myself. I got some great tips from some of the folks who joined in on our winter sowing group session live this week. Thank you, by the way, for those of you who did. It's been so wonderful getting to know some of you this year, and I really appreciate all your comments and questions. They really help me figure out what everybody's needing to know. So that was wonderful. Thank you for those of you who did join in. And also, it's time to do some watering, just some basic checking in on everything, right? It's not really a set it and forget it technique. There are some things that need to be done. Certainly nowhere near as much work as having to water seedlings every day under lights and then doing hardening off later. But I'm going to show you some of that today, and you can probably get to meet some of my noisy little garden companions here. My chickens and ducks are out here with me, and my cat. So I hope you'll enjoy, and I'll see you when I finish all my prep here. Okay, so this is the area that I've been keeping most of my jugs in up until now. But now that we've got the warmer temperatures during the day, I'm going to move, and I'll show you where. So this is also a really good time to do some maintenance, check and see what needs watering, and if we've got any sprouting. As I can see here, I got just starting to get some sprouts with some of my cold hardy stuff like my lettuce and my spinach is just starting to come up. I got some guyland just starting to come. Okay, and here's some of my California poppies. Also a good time to check for watering, because the snow is gone, right? And so I can see here, if I look into this one for my breadseed poppies, it's looking a little bit dry and it feels a little light. So as I'm moving stuff over, I will start giving them a little bit of a water bath. So I'm moving my jugs. Say hi to the girls. I'm moving it over. Oh, my cat's decided it's for her. No, honey, that's for the jugs. Okay, so these ones are a little light. Just gonna pop them in there for a bit. See, they're floating a bit, so that's a good sign that they need watering if they're floating. Okay, they shouldn't be floating by the time you pull them out of there, right? Cat's loving it. And when I'm done, I'll put them over in this spot that I'll show you in a second. Okay, so as you can see, I'm starting to move these jugs so they're not right out full exposure anymore. They are on the side of my greenhouse here, so they will get some shade and some shelter from the wind and shade during the hottest part of the day. It's this would be the east side of my greenhouse here, and yeah, as it's just about 1 o'clock, and as you can see, the shadows are just starting to come over this area. I still have more to move in, but for now, that's perfect because it means that they're going to get sun for the early part of the day, but they're not going to be out here cooking all day long during the, with hours and hours and hours of intense heat building up inside those domes. Because it's the warm air right now that's actually more working against winter sowing on the prairie than the cold air. Okay? Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Please, if you do have any questions, let me know. I'm just going to go through a quick rundown now, a little recap of stuff you should be doing right now as part of your winter sowing sort of maintenance, sprinter maintenance here on the prairies. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you relabel any of your jugs that need labeling. Otherwise, we're all going to be playing a mystery game of what the heck is this seedling come 8 weeks from now. And if that happens, we'll play it with you, okay? Just ask those questions. We'll answer as best we can. There's so many of us now that are doing this. I'm sure we can all help each other out there. So relabel, that's important. Check to see about watering. With these warm temperatures, it's funny, I found that about half my jugs needed watering, half of them weren't, and there was no sort of rhyme or reason to it. So do make sure you're looking at each of your jugs individually. Underwatering is best for sure. You also, if you do have all your jugs out in a full sun place right now, now is the time to move it in a place where it only gets morning or evening sun. You don't want it cooking all day so that the temperatures, because those temperatures in those domes can get so much hotter than you would expect. Okay? So hopefully that was helpful. As always, continue asking those questions because I'll continue trying to answer to the best of my ability. Thank you to everybody who has been joining in. It's been a delight getting to know all of you a little better this year. Oh, and another thing, for those of you who've just started doing it, it's not too late, okay? I look back on my records. I planted my first jug the first year I did it at the end of March, okay? So it might be too late for some of those really, really super Zone 3 hardy perennials that need stratification, but now is okay to start doing some of your veggies and some of your annuals, okay? So please don't think that that you're too late to start. I did my first year and it was great. So please, if you're just learning about this method, don't hesitate to give it a go, okay? Especially for your veggies and your annuals. All right, so thanks again. Subscribe if you're interested in learning more, and I hope you take this chance to grow together today. Have a good one.